Hey Scizor Squad, it's Shingo coming at you with another rank match replay. Today I got another 5-stack, and this match is a little redacted, not gonna lie. I don't really want to spoil it, but I mean it's probably in the thumbnail anyways, so we win with 3 scores. So it's another one of those don't ever give up. So we got Montel on the Mammo, Crams on the A9, Akane on the 𝗙𝗧. I'm on Slowbro, and Liz is on Inteleon, stacking her crit counters on the wall. Early game goes pretty okay for us down here. This looks pretty good until the jungler comes. Yeah, both die up here. We get our little Pupitar up here. You know, he just has to find value wherever he can until he's 𝗙𝗧. That's the mission. We're stacking our chips on late game. We go down, they get scores in, and we get to clean up a mess. But it's alright. It's just growing pains until we get our 𝗙𝗧. Right now he's level 5. It's 8 o'clock. You know, we're so just kind of discombobulated. We're not even here on time. And a forever fight starts down here. That was a wee bit greedy, but I trust Akane on 𝗙𝗧. So up here we're giving. Yeah, giving. And as I mentioned, the forever fight started and never ended. You know, we're 4 minutes in already. This is not a big deal. This isn't a big deal. We're almost to 𝗙𝗧. That's a big deal for us. And what would help us is if we got this objective here. So, and they know this, which is why they're here. We get Talon. The classic SB panic ult. And we get a little bit of breathing room here. Unfortunately, that Regice is gonna reset, so I call us to go this way because I just don't think we have enough time to threaten this. We do have 𝗙𝗧 coming this way. This is up here. However, they're all looking down here. Yeah, there's the reset. This is why I'm looking this way. And this looks like a juicy engage if I've ever seen one from 𝗙𝗧's POV. Starts ulting. They're doing their best to, like, split us up and move us. Pretty good snipe shot. I got a kill on Buzz. Now we're encroaching on the mid part of the match. You know, this is the first Regice. It just be like this sometimes. So they're getting 30 points over on this, and they're giving us Indeedee. And here's like one of the major points of this video, you know, whether you're in solo queue or 5 stacking, however you want, like, we've all been in matches where it just goes to shit real quick, and this is what the game gives you when you're struggling. More experience on your side, you know? So you don't need to ping people, check it out when they're deciding to farm, and rather than go in here face first. You know, there's reasons. Somebody wants their alt, or they need a level. You know, I don't have my alt, but I'm going in. I'm going to offer Telekinesis to my 𝗙𝗢𝗏. He wanted to move past that, but we end up looking at it. Wiggly gets away criminally. You know, again, we shouldn't be touching this because this keeps resetting. Like, yeah, we want it, but we should all be looking the same target here. That's a failure on us. Immediately after I say that, 𝗟𝗏𝗡 looks back this way. I got a Telekinesis on Buzzboy. He goes down. I get pushed by the Talon. And now we're going to need to adjust this to 1 speed and debuffer because we're in the last 4 minutes here. And this fight's been going on, you know, the whole time. So, you know, you always hear me preach about grabbing the farm. You know, I kept plugging away at this because I kept seeing, you know, like, look at all these guys on one. And they ultimately get this, I think. I mean, we're still trying. Relatively close in levels. They're all really low. They get the secure. The Buzzwole alts. I grab him in a Telekinesis. The Espeon panic alts me. Does Liz get the Espe? Liz barely misses. Liz procs her alt. Liz goes down. Unfortunate. And Akane and I go down too. Thankfully, they're intelligent enough to not, like, push this pad. That kind of works in our favor. You know, we all know what's going on. We all know what this is. We have to win Ray. Thankfully, we chose 𝗙𝗏𝗏. So some games just do be lost like this. We got vision here. We're farming. The fight starts here. Kind of a sus alt for me, but we needed anything we could get. And I think, like, I get my alt a little fashionably late into Ray. Like, a little bit delayed. It's just one of those things where you know you gotta do it when you gotta do it. Montel continues getting vision. We have to deal with this. So we do. But we also have to threaten a score of some kind. We come over here. There's no way I'm getting 40 in their face. So I just, you know, work this way. I'm thankful that I'm not seeing 𝗚𝗏𝗡 try to score 40. 𝗚𝗏𝗡 was coming in to try to kill. Montel is doing God's work in the flux zone. And, you know, this is encroaching on becoming Ray fight. We get the Wiggly. We're setting up another snipe shot. We got some 𝗙𝗢𝗏 CC there. Slowbro ulted me, so I'm calling it. Like, you can look. Yeah, so they just blew their Slowbro ult at, you know, 38 seconds before Ray. They're not going to have that for Ray. It's kind of big. I get Talon with an auto. I wish Liz looked... Does Liz look back this way? Yes. I go down. Dang, Liz. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Liz, but that was an ugly ult. But Liz does get redemption. Don't any of you guys worry. So now we are in the Ray fight. We need this. They don't. I'm reminding the team this. But, you know, look at these three big guys. You know, that's a pretty good looking engage. We find Talon. Liz is calming. We need to take out Espeon first. So I am kind of looking for Espeon. And Espeon is over here. Talon whiffs an ult. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I didn't realize Talon whiffed that. Okay, I get knocked back. Talon's looking for Inteleon. Definitely. I would be too. And I'm going to stay on my POV here because I just felt like I ended up providing so much value. Selfish me. Look at Liz's snipe shot. I held the Buzzwole and Telekinesis. It goes down. Akane's happy about that. Here's the Espeon. I throw a Surf on the Espeon. Montel throws it back. Thankfully, we pick it off. 𝗚𝗏𝗡 has entered the fight now, too. We got Talon about to dive on our... Yeah, no, Liz is already out. Alright, so we're feeling pretty good. They got Talon and Wiggly. I'm like, yo, Shred. I mean, I know we need that Talon gone. But at this point, my best angle is I could reach Telekinesis over here, bring something into the pit, or I can move up if the Talon tries to snipe the Ray, and then I can try to grab it before it enters Fly. You know, there's some utility things I can do in the pit. If they have to, you know, Wiggly has to come into the pit if it's going to do the infatuation thing on me. And so I move into the pit with 𝗙𝗢𝗏. I kind of wanted 𝗚𝗓𝗡 to stay in the pit, but 𝗚𝗓𝗡 moves out. I throw a zoned surf onto his body, you know, telling Talon stay out. 𝗚𝗓𝗡's only way back in is another move, but he goes down. And then I'm just trying to manage, right? I barely miss a telekinesis. I throw chained surf onto to follow up on the Mammo CC. And then I don't mind this. I don't mind this angle. Talon in the pit with me? Yeah, come on. You're going to tank damage too. And then I know I got a laser light on us. So I know Liz is back. Perfect execution of the Talon. You know, I like using the objective CC in tandem with my own CC. You know, surf after the ray stun. Look at this. 𝗏𝗚𝗡 just doesn't get to move for a minute. And I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm the glue that's kind of sticking us together right now. And so I'm telling Liz, like, you're the secure. Liz already knows Liz is the secure. And I do everything I can and go down. Now it's up to Montel and Liz. And I mean, we got an SB here. Montel goes down. And Liz gets redemption. So you may have won the battle, but are you gonna win the war? Let's find out. I mean, obviously. So from here, I'm calming. Okay, we have to score. We have to score. Like, I'm down. Montel's down. So my map is panned over here. Frankly, I'm kind of panicked. 𝗚𝗓𝗡 picks up 50. Liz has to, like, just get the Slowbro off. But I remind Liz, you have a shield and you have to score. There's only 29 seconds. So as you see on the minimap, Liz is moving this way. Slowly but surely. 𝗚𝗓𝗡 gets a score. 𝗚𝗓𝗡 has to kill the Slowbro. Liz is ulting to protect her own shield from a infatuation Wiggly that's gonna just try to just, like, Liz's shield is paper thin, right? Liz is doing everything Liz can to apply pressure and maintain the shield, but we're at 17 seconds. Where does Shingo path? Shingo paths this way to pick up the speed boost from there. I'm looking at Liz. I am looking at Liz. Meanwhile, 𝗚𝗓𝗡 gets another 46, doinking around with Talon and Buzzboy. It's huge that he got that. But what's even bigger, this Wiggly thinks that it just won the game by, you know, getting rid of that. We have 10 seconds. And here's the importance of being map aware. I help expedite that score. Don't ever give up. I'm not entirely sure if that score goes in if I don't get there. I don't want to know the answer to that either. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you enjoy the 5 stacks and the commentary. You know, I'm an amateur in comparison to the likes of Overlord and everybody else, but you know, I am finding success. I have been coached by 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗧, And yeah, I find my most enjoyment in this game recently has been 5 stacking. And this match was just crazy. We won with 3 scores. So I hope you enjoyed. God bless you. Just know you're loved. And smell you later.